Hey there, welcome back on my YouTube channel, Parth Doshi, Learning by Doing. So today we are going to see one of the important topic or you can say tool by UiPath, that is UiPath Task Capture. Till now it was not into public preview, but before some days, I think around 10 days, it is now available for public preview like UiPath apps, and you can download it and use it and explore to see how you can create process design document in UiPath. So now before just going into how we can use task capture or how it can be useful to the business organization, first let's understand what is PDD. So PDD is basically a document that is prepared by the business analyst and given to a developer to see what is the flow of the process that is to be automated or how the flow of the automation should particularly go. In that he provides different details like the web application or the desktop application, or what will be the input coming from, where it will be coming from, what needs to be processed, what are the constraints that need to be applied, and you see many other things. So all that is included in a process design document. Now each company has their own template they might use. They might have their customized template, they might have their logo. So it depends upon organization to organization how they want to create their PDD. But here in UiPath, like I think this is one of the great tool that UiPath has provided along with their different products like UiPath apps and many other process mining tools, etc. So in this tool, you can easily create the process design document. You can even provide your customization templates if you want, right? You can add different languages. You can edit the process. So suppose if I have already built the process, that is an XAML file, workflow file is with me. Now I want to import that file and I want to create that PDD. So how can I do that? Even that is possible in Task Capture. Or else if you want to just capture a small process. So suppose my only task is logging into a particular system, downloading some files or something like that, or clicking on some files, clicking submit, and that's it. So that is some kind of my process. You can even create a PDD for that kind of document. Also, if it is a big task, so what I want is I want to just record the complete process. So how am I doing right now manually? I want to just capture that and I want the PDD to be created. So it is possible in that way as well. So both the ways are possible. You can either create your own diagrams if the process is not too long and does not involve too much of you say web interaction or UI interaction with the desktop application, something like that. So you can directly create the diagram if you are very sure about the conditions and all that. And if you want to just capture the steps that you are performing manually and that needs to be automated, even that is possible. So you see, this is very amazing and easy to use tool that has been released by UiPath now for public release. So in this video, we are going to see complete detailed user explanation, and we will be exploring the task capture. We'll also read the documentation and go through it as well. So this video will be a quite long video, but I hope you gain a complete insights of the task capture tool and maybe you can use it in your organization. So without having any more delays, let's get started. Okay. So you see, I have installed the task capture. Now, obviously you will also need to install it first. So first let me show you how you can install it. So this is the forum, you can say post, that was by Anna Hotza. She is from UiPath. So it's around 10 days, you see. Task capture 20.11 public preview release. So you see here it is available for public preview, and here they have provided whatever features I told you. They have provided a short video on that as well. I will provide this link in the description so you can go through it. But here first let's see how you can install it. So you see here there are two different types of installation. Whichever you feel is the right one for you, you can just go ahead and download it. Once you download it, you will be having this exe application file and you need to install it, and after installation it will be available over here. Now once it is installed, when you open it, this is the screen. So let me close and just quickly open again. Task capture. So you see UiPath task capture, it is opening. So did I open the installation file? No. Okay, let it get load. Okay, it is loaded, but you can see over here. So here are the also documentation links are provided over here. So you see, if after watching this video you want to explore it in more detail, here are all the explanations. File options, importing and editing, managing Word templates, creating your own Word template, details about PDD, best practices. Everything is available over here in the documentation. So let me just, so this is how basically you can install the task capture since it is for public preview release. So before this, we had to fill a form, request for the task capture installation link, and then it was sent us to the meet. So that is how we used to install first, but now it is available for public preview, right? So you see here we are seeing three options: create diagram, capture process, and open file from PC. So let's understand when which is used and when what should be used, right? So the first one, create diagram, as I told earlier at the start of this video, create diagram is used when the process is small and there are not many UI interaction, web interaction, or other interactions involved. Like you are sure about when this data comes, if the gender is male, do this particular processing, if the gender is female, do this particular processing. So in that case, when the process is small and does not involve a big set of automation activities, you can use the create diagram activity, because you will have to create the diagram, you will have to add the decision, you will have to add the sequence, you will have to add different conditions whatever are there, and depending upon that you will have to build the complete diagram. So that's why it is named as create diagram, because you have to create the diagram of your complete process and see how the complete flow is going. So you see the image over here is also in that similar kind of way. So you have to create diagram, that means basically it will involve different conditions, like if gender male female, do this. If the salary is greater than 10,000 in the incoming data, if it is greater than 20,000, do this type of processing. So in that cases you have to use the create diagram activity. We'll be seeing that in detail as well, no need to worry about that. Now the second one, capture process. Now this can be used in two different scenarios. One, when you want to capture the complete process, maybe it can involve many UI interactions, right? You are logging in, you are going to a particular tab, you are downloading something or updating something, then again you are going back, you are going to some other tab, updating, editing, etc., etc. So you see it has many steps involved, right? So in that case what you need to do is you need to use capture process. Since when we use this, I will be showing you the demo as well. So for demo we'll be using this particular website, the Acme website, right? So we'll be using that and seeing how the complete capture process thing goes. Now the second scenario where capture process can used is, okay, one second. Yeah. So the second scenario where the capture process can be used is when you want to capture a small part of a process of a big set of automation. So suppose the process I'm building is already built, but I want to only show a single part of it. So from downloading or from logging in to a website, downloading the data, I want to add one more part, or I just want to tell the developer through the PDD that this is how we will download the data. So I won't include the login part and the other part after downloading the data. I want to just include the downloading part. So in that case, I can use capture process. I won't build the diagram because there are not many conditions coming in. I just want to show to the developer, the business analyst. So suppose I'm a business analyst, I want to just give the developer the information about how the data is to be downloaded from that particular website. So in that case what I will be doing is I will capturing only that process. So in that scenario capture process can be used. So the two scenarios that we saw in which capture process can be used is when you want to capture the complete automation process, or you when you want to capture a small part of a big automation process, or you can say a lengthy automation process. So these are the two different scenarios in which create diagram and capture process is used. Now, the third option we are saying is open file from PC. Now, this is a file, right? In which, or sorry, not file, but this is an option wherein we'll be directly opening a XML file. So if you see the documentation, let's see this. Now you see open file from PC is clicked, UiPath document, that is XAML file, main file, and it is being opened. So now if the process is already built, right, you see the complete flowchart is over here. Now there are some editing that you need to do, and that is very easy to do. We'll be seeing that as well, how we can edit when we have previously, you say, imported our XAML file, right? So this is the third option. So we saw there are three ways of creating a PDT that UiPath has provided in the task capture. One is to create diagram, that is used when there are short automation processes involved. The second is capture process, when you want to either capture the complete process of automation or you want to capture a small part of a big automation process. And the third one is open file from PC. That is when we use the directly XAML file that has been built. Right. So first what we will do is we'll start with the create diagram, then we'll go to capture process, and then we'll see to open file from PC, because in that also there are many features that we can do. Right. So let me just see create diagram. We won't create any particular process, but we'll be seeing what are the different features and how we can do it. You see, we have the option of save diagram as image as well. So I can just save that as an image. Now, if I click plus, there's an end, there's capture sequence, there is decision, there is an sequence. So you let's go from start. There's an arrow, there's an sequence, right? There's an decision, there's an end, and there is capture sequence. So let me just, okay, I will add the sequence, empty sequence. Now you see what all options I have over here. I can either capture, okay, so you see I have the option to capture. If I want to name it as read Excel file, right? I don't want to capture any actions because it does not involve too much of processing, right? So I have read Excel file, okay, and then I want is maybe a decision to be made, right? If if let's take salary greater than 50,000, right? If salary greater than 50,000, then let's say add a sequence. If this is true, right? If this is true, what I want is mm, bonus of only 5,000, right? If this is false, then I want, this is not a proper business use case that I'm picking, or that is a process that will be automated in a business, but here just I'm trying to show the capabilities and different functionalities, right? And let's name it as false, sorry, right? And after this what I want is add a sequence, update in Excel file, right? And this same sequence, okay, let me delete this, let me drag an arrow over here. Mhm. Right, and I will drag a arrow from here as well. Right, so whatever the bonus is given, I want to update in an Excel file, and then I want to end my process. Now you see I have easily drawn the diagram of my complete process, right? So you see this is how you can easily create the complete process when it does not involve, I can even capture the actions. If I click on this and I click start capture, you will be seeing this particular thing, but here there is no that kind of action involved, right? I'm not dealing with web automation. or desktop automation or Citrix or any other kind of automation. What I'm dealing is with Excel automation, and this is my small process that I have to automate, right? So this is how a PDD can be prepared using the create diagram activity. Now, if I download it as image, save diagram as image, right? Let me just go to downloads. Okay. And you see when I can rename it. So if I want to rename it, by default, it is the date and what time. Excel automation sub. First, let's download. Now you see here, there are no sequences are selected because this is the thing. And I don't want to capture anything. Let me download. Okay. So I will Excel automation diagram. Once it is downloaded, close this and let me, it is a JPEG file. Here is the complete diagram. So you see, even I can, if I don't want to go in much detail and I don't want to create the PDD and I want to send it as an image, even that option is available because this is a very small process, right? Let me cancel this and let's go and see the other options. Now, file, document, you can give explanation. Author, the business analyst can give his name, Parth Doshi. This is the PDD for the Excel automation. This is the flow for the Excel automation project. Only this is the description that I want to give Excel automation. Now I want to save this. You see that save type is the process document. Let me save it to my downloads again. See, let's see once it is getting saved, what we can see. Mhm. Now this file, when I save it, it gets saved as a SSV file. That is when I'm saving my a task capture process. Now here I didn't download it as image or anything as such, but I saved it as an, so I can import this as well later. Now save as is the option. Is basically I can change the name, but the document type is going to be the same. Now export and publish. I have two things. Export skeleton of robot into UiPath XAML format and continue implementation and debugging in UiPath Studio. Or I want the Word document. Now what is my branding? Let's see that first. Are there any lines or shapes that I want to give to my some of the processes? I can do that. If I want to make something bold, if I want to make something highlighted or something like that, there are different features available over here. But I don't want anything as such. So what we'll do is we'll save it in both the ways. Now you see, okay, let me just go back to export file format. Yeah. So here in file format, I'm choosing Word document first. This is fine. This is the flow for Excel automation project. There can be a very detailed description as well, and you can add multiple authors as well. Next, automation hub PDD and UiPath PDD. There are two different. You can import your template as well, but it should involve a certain set of, you say, prerequisites are there. So to know about that, you can go ahead and read the complete detailed documentation, or you can complete the course on UiPath Academy, which explains this thing in very much detail. But right now I'm going to use the UiPath PDD only. So let me click this. Okay. And I'm going to click on export. Now you see it is a Word type down. Before it was the process document. Now it is getting prepared Excel automation.docs. Let me just open file. This is just the small process that I'm trying to show. You can go ahead and try to put your some own process. Now you see UiPath has its own template. So this is the template that they have already prepared. Process definition document. It's about Excel automation. Now this was the title that I've given. Now you see there is too much space for the title. Description is here. This is the flow for Excel automation project. Table of content, purpose of the document, etc. etc. You see this is everything that UiPath has already given. Parth Doshi, I can add the contact number, I can add the notes. Minimum prerequisite, a filled in process definition document, test data, user access. As is process review, This is the another detailed explanation. Since our process is small, there are not much details that I can show as this process map. This is how the execution. This is what we had downloaded as an image, right? So if you see, if I click this, it is an image. Windows action mouse click. Since there is no UI automation involved, obviously there will be no this kind of things available. Read Excel. If false, then go to 3, bonus 10,000. If true, then go to 4, bonus 5,000. Now this again, since we have no more sets of activities involved, these are the business exceptions handling. This is the template that it has been already prepared by the UiPath, and in this, just my process or what I have done is getting added. Now these are like the reporting. Now you see this is also completely editable. If I want to remove half of the part from this, I can remove this. If I want to keep this, I can keep this, right? So this is how you see. I think within 10 to 15 minutes, I prepared a PDD using the task capture tool by UiPath using the create diagram. Because my process was very small and it did not involve much of the UI interaction. It involved zero UI interaction basically. I was just trying to show the process of an Excel automation, right? And now let me close this. Let's download with this as well. Excel automation 2. Now, when we do the capture process part, that time we'll be seeing how the screenshots are added as well. So you see, this is the another template by them. UiPath process definition document, Excel automation. This is the flow for Excel automation. Now the contents are same, but just the way of representation is different. Again, our as this process man, high level process man. You see, all the contents are exactly the same. Going ahead, and it's the end. So you see, only the template is different. This is the automation hub template that they have, and that was the UiPath PDD. So this is how you can easily create the PDDs in your organization of your different processes. In my branding, I showed you there are different options of line that you can add, color, highlight, text if you want to add any specific shapes, etc. etc. Let me just go back and yeah. So this is how we saw how we can create a diagram, how we can export that to a PDD in a Word document. Okay, we forgot to see one thing, that is exporting to UiPath Studio. Now this is my UiPath sequence. Let me go to download and see. And it's in D user. Okay, let me go to D user documents, and where is it? Mm-hmm. I think I will have to open from here. Open file. Hmm, it is open. I could not find the path over there. I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to explain and how we can use the task capture tool with different available options. After this, we'll be seeing the task capture part, and we'll be, as I said, we'll be using the Acme test login to capture the processes. Okay, test working quite a long time. Okay, The document is you will not be able to save until flowchart. Okay, I think this is because of duplicate name reference ID. Okay, let me just go to my downloads. Okay. Oh, oops. Let me create a new folder. PDD export, and let's just go and save it again. I have this many instances open. Close this. Okay. And where is my task capture? I want to export it to PDD export over here. Right, let me close this. Let me go to open local project, downloads, PDD export, workflow files, system automation. I think still we'll be seeing an error because there is no project.json. Mm-hmm. Save. Copy, put it in PDD export. Mm-hmm. I think it is opening the. But you see, the XML file is ready. I think because of some saving error, it is not able to give me that workflow or flowchart. I think we are going to get some kind of same error. Maybe it is the version discompatibility that I'm assuming. Duplicate name reference ID. Okay, what does it have? Okay, no problem. But you see, the XML file is ready. This is because of some other thing, flowchart, and then there is sequence. So maybe the error is because of that. But yeah, this is how we get the XML file as well. Now what we are going to do is we are going to save, and we are going to go back to file, new, and we are going to capture a process. So we are going to see this particular thing, right? uh, okay, it already started, and the limit is the optimal number of recorded actions per document is 500. Let me just do shift F2. Go. Okay, it captured this. Stop capturing taskbar, and let me delete this. And now what I will do is this is file, new, capture process. So I want to type over here path doshi244@gmail.com, right? I want to type over here path ARTHD login. Right, I want to go to user options, download current client support, going to click here, whatever opens I'm going to save, and then I'm going to click on logout. So this is my complete task that I need to do, right, using the capture process. Now you see, this is very much easier when there is UI automation involved, desktop automation Citrix. Now here I had to automate Excel file. I obviously won't use this because what would I capture in Excel? Now let me click on stop, and now you see over here 6 sections: title, type Pardoshi, type the password. Then I had clicked, and let me just take it aside. Now duplicate, save. I can save all these images. Now here also you see the it is completely captured. N- Now the editing part that I was talking about. If I want something to be highlighted, right? So suppose here it is there. Okay, it is already highlighted, but I want to show this particular thing, that this is the email ID that we are using, right? So I can just simply do that. Now further, yeah, go back to the diagram. Mm, if I want to click on user option is already added, click on download support is already added. But now if I want that to be the title as well, I can just copy and put it over there, right? Now go back to the diagram. We have highlighted that. Now login, edit. Yeah. Now you see, here I have typed the ID. Here I have typed the password, and I have clicked on the login. Here let me add click login. Here I want to delete this because this is actually of no use. Okay, great. I clicked email, I typed my email, I clicked password, I typed my password. So let me add that as well. Click email, typed. Okay, it is already there. Right. Go back to the diagram. Now here is the download option that I have downloaded. Then I have clicked the save as, and then download the Chrome data. So you see, I want to add here. I can, you see, change. I can change that intensity of darkness. You can see whatever the word can be. I want to make it yellow color. Downloaded file. This is what I want to go back to diagram. Now I want to save the file, but I want to name it as acme user data download. Right. This is the flow of how user data will be downloaded from the acme test UiPath.com. I'm not sure if I'm typing the name, and saved in the default folder, and after that logout, right? Author Parth Doshi. Now let us just export and save it as a Word document because the other one is just the template that we are going to see. Now let me click on next. I'm going to use the UiPath. Image quality is the option you have. Image size relative to the page. I would suggest using this default only, high, low, medium, but not bigger than the original size. Export. and downloads and see. So this is the second feature that we are seeing. Open file. Now here you will be seeing how the images actually look when we are, you see the pages have also already increased over here. Acme user data download. This is the flow. Here is our description. I think I made a spelling mistake in the default. This is the flow as we can already see. Now you see process one, 4 windows, 10 actions, 8 mouse clicks, 2 key pressed, 2 text entries. 2 text entries were my ID and password. 2 click pressed were my 8 mouse press were my clicked on login, I clicked on email and etc. etc. Mouse click, text entries, key paste. You can see it completely provides a very detailed explanation and insight of what the process is to be automated, what are the steps involved, how much web automation is involved. So you see it has provided the complete detailed. Now you see first clicked email. Now you see the estimated time is also visible over here. I think let me just zoom it a bit. Yeah, total time it took for automation was 20.7 seconds to automate this particular process. 2.1 seconds. Okay. So it is showing my image as well because I'm recording the video. Now over here, typing the password, clicking on login. This was the extra part that we had highlighted. Now you see the action click or whatever we had written is showing over here and the description is here. Estimated time for this particular thing. Save as. I clicked on save. The image, the file got saved. Detailed description, actions 1.1, and this was the by default. So you see it provides the complete detailed explanation along with the screenshots. Now here when this is given to a developer, the developer can easily come to know what is the process to be automated and how is to be automated. So I hope you understood this part of the task capture as well. I think the video has already been more than 25 minutes, but yeah, because this topic required this kind of detailed explanation, so I had to make this kind of long video. Okay, so we are done with the two important features. Let me save this. And now the last one that we are going to see is importing and file. File, open, yes, save the file, save over here, open. Let me just open the Excel automation. I think this should work. So this I'm importing the one which we built in the create diagram. Okay, I think we had made some mistakes. That's why it was not showing me over there. And okay, no problem. Let me open a new one. My documents, UiPath, certificate generator. Let's try and open this and see what we can see. Certificate generator, read participants. This I'm reading from Excel. For each row, I am automating it, and then in the body of for each row is assign name, assign email, and send SMTP mail. Okay, this was also not very much useful, but you see the diagram is automatically being created. Mm, go to documents. I have lot of get IMTP mail message for each. In body I have save attachments, assign for each. Then again I have load taxonomy. These are the typical steps of our document understanding, as we know. You can see over here load taxonomy, digitize document, present validation station for each. Then again that is body right range, extra writing the extracted data into an Excel file. Now here also we have same kind of options that we can do editing that we did in our previous part. So I hope you got a very clear, detailed understanding. The video is, I think, been more than 35 minutes now. But yeah, I think you got a very clear understanding of UiPath Task Capture from scratch till the end, how you can use different features, create diagram, create capture process, open a file from system, how you can edit it, how can you customize it, and many more things. I hope you got a very clear understanding and understood each concepts. If you have any doubt, you can put it in the comment section, or you have my details, contact details in the description. I will be adding all the important links in the description, so don't worry about that. And thank you for taking your time and watching this complete video. And please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to do that. Like the video and share it with your friends, your organization, colleagues, and everyone. Thank you.